Today I'm going to show you how to remove and replace a well pressure tank. This is the most important part of this. Shut the power off. There's the well. Click. Shut that baby off. And confirm it. Okay, we're going in after that union there. Just had to get a pipe wrench. Position is like, you're going to see some water here. I've got the water shut off here, so the backflow from the house shouldn't be affecting us. But anything from the well head to this bladder. Or just to this level, I should have a little bit of fluid coming out, so we'll get that here, guys. My family ran hardware stores, so I know a little bit about plumbing, though I'm not licensed. For a century, this was just kind of big trolley where the water goes a little bit. I was originally going to try to save everything from that union over to the new tank, but things just didn't line up right, and you'll see that in the video here. I replace everything. This whole bladder and everything is separated, so I should be able to kind of pull it out away from the wall, roll it down, and looks like the water's going to fall over the edge. Okay, I'm going to reposition this just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and drill this tank here. You can tell it's very, very heavy with water. I'm not really sure how the insides are going to look, but I feel if I get the water down to about this level here, maybe I'll be able to do something with it. I plan on doing a project with this anyway, so I'm going to kind of strategically figure out what I'm going to drill this. Yeah, as I don't like to waste anything, I'm going to reuse this. This may take a while to drill through. I'm probably going to get wet. Down like this for a while. Alright. Should be good. There we go. See, that's a self-contained unit. So it just needs a little air to help drain it. Now it's a matter of time of just waiting. But what I'm going to do, that's a nice heavy metal container. It's only 10 years old, and that's about the lifespan of these. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to make it into a grill somehow or another. Either that, or you all know I have chickens. It would be perfect for making a little chicken feeder. I've already got the water taken care of. can manipulate this around a little bit, let you take a look. It's gonna flood out. There's just no way to get around it. But it goes right down here past my washing machine to a drain. So it's not like it's gonna damage anything. This is an unfinished basement anyway. So you can see with that rag that's just kind of diffusing a little bit of the water. I don't want it to get up on my electronics unless I've got a replacement, but I'm going to try to use the old one first. That way, if it ever fails, I'll be able to go ahead and replace it at that point in time. So I'm hoping that I can just use the existing from the Union, the bottom. There's a 90 down here. And my new tank, hopefully it'll line up right. So stay tuned. Now that the tank is drained, I've got it partially flipped upside down. You can see right here, there's an elbow that comes out of the base of this to a fitting. They've chosen to use plastic here. I don't know if that's the route I'll go, but so you just take this off here. This whole apparatus is going to spin around until it comes to free. So just going to bear with me while I get this off of here without dropping anything. It's fairly loose now. Crank this off with my bare hands. Okay. So there, we've got it free. So my next deal is I'm going to check to see if this fitting will match up to the elbow on the new tank. Okay, so we're looking at the new pressure tank here. What I've got, if I can move this camera, is a 90-degree, 1-inch 90 degrees. So I've got a fitting go through here. You're going to watch me put this on. I'm just going to show you the whole process.
You'll see this is why you do a test fit.
Might even speed it up a little bit too, but this is a 1-inch stainless steel, which I've rarely worked with stainless steel fittings before, mostly brass with my other job, copper and PVC. Right now I'm putting a thread tape on so we don't have any leakage. And for those of you that aren't plumbers, and even some of you that are plumbers, you're going to give me some heat about this, but I've never had a fitting leak, so I tape and dirt. So I suggest you guys do it too. Just go with the grain of the tape here. That way you don't ever have an issue. I put it on fairly liberal. That, and then I'm going to work it in here into our 90-degree 1-inch fitting. And this is a Union, like I said, out here. It's gasketized, so the separation, next time somebody needs to do this, it'll be easy for them, easier than what I had it, but it wasn't too bad. You'll notice I've got this tank up on a little bucket. This is just to help stabilize it and keep it fairly clean. Yeah, that's going to be tightened up. That's not going to leak. I always clean my fittings. Got that all taped, doped, and into place. Now, what we're doing is a test fit here. This will be basically the assembled piece. It'll kind of go on Also, I tape and dope this as well. So, like I said, I just tape and dope everything. As long as you don't drop this and bust the valve and all that. So this is gasketized. You don't need to tape this. You don't need to dope it. But you know what? I'm getting a little older, and I don't want to be doing this again. So I'm going to make 100% sure that this does not have a leak. Got my backwards like a thing right now. So, don't have any issues. Taped. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I can put this piece on here. And then we're going to have a little bit of a transition to PVC.
Boom, right there. You can see that pressure switch is hit the tank. So that's no good. I'm going to put a couple of 90s on here and get it away from that tank. But see, that's the whole purpose of doing this test fit.
Next up to bat is a pressure gauge, which kind of is unnecessary because I actually have a pressure gauge on down the line a little bit. But tape and dope.
If you look real close, I've got a stainless steel 90 on here. I eliminated that and just went with PVC all the way.
Next I have this.
I can still use this 1/2-inch nipple here to get the pressure switch up to where it meets the electrical. So I will have to put a couple 90s on this too, and you'll see that a little bit later here. So here I am, taping and doping. God, it gets old, doesn't it?
I may have to
Hardware kind of runs in my blood. I had grandfather had a hardware store, and so did my dad for a while. So this is nothing.
Believe it or not, I've got a smaller one than this little jewel.
Here I'm showing you a diagram of the old pressure switch. A couple different shots of it here. This is just exactly like the new one. It's a little corroded, the old one is here and that, but it's good to take pictures of this stuff just so that you have reference as to the wiring. Just cuts out a whole bunch of headaches. So I took quite a few pictures of it just to have reference.
Okay, so we did a new pressure tank here, pressure water tank. Gonna point out a few features here for you. This is the apparatus down here. It's kind of a T.
goes off to a 1-inch ball valve. I've got a couple plugs on the outside that you see, and then I've got a 1/2 inch up 90 and up to another 1/2 inch nipple, and then up to a 90 up to this is the pressure switch here. It's a 40-60 pressure switch. I tacked on a just a pressure valve down here, and to a 90 over here to a run of PVC up into my throw from the well. And you can see I've ran a little bit of water, so we're holding about 56 PSI right now, and it's stable, where before it was not. It was kind of, it'd go up to 60 and then drift back down slightly. Well, that's because this whole tank, the old one here, was waterlogged, full of water. So we've got her assembled. I don't see any leaks. I waited my roughly 2 hours for the PVC fittings to cure. I had to run back out to the store because, like an idiot, I thought I bought primer and then a cement, when I in fact got a primer and another primer. So I didn't realize that there was clear primer. I always have used the purple stuff, and that's just to ensure that you've done it. So a lot of people don't put that primer on there, and then they have problems with leakage and that. So yeah, this is this old feed here that's going out to the well pump in the ground, and this orange is coming, that's my 220 coming from the breaker box right up above us here. So everything's a go. Again, this is a new pressure tank. It's got a stainless steel 1-inch pipe going into a 90 underneath this that comes out to a T scenario with a, you see the union right there. You need that so that if you ever have a problem, you can separate that, do whatever you need, change the tank. And just the way this is configured, this T setup that I bought, you have to put like a 1-inch ball valve or a cap on that end here. So we are good to go. Another fantastic job here. I'm not really good on the electronics and that, but I just followed the exact pattern from the last pressure switch, and it turned out good. So now it turns on, you don't hear a blooming thing, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Eventually I'll change all this to PVC in the house. You can see I've got galvanized coming through the wall. I'm not real tickled with that, but that's just what I've got. So, but yeah, eventually I'll change all this PVC, because it goes up right here and ties into copper. You can see that. So I'm kind of a menagerie of plumbing here. Here's my pressure switch again. We're holding steady. See, it's still about 56. I just threw this in there so you got the Well Tank brand. I'd never heard of State before, but I guess they're all right. I just took pictures of the old well tank so I could kind of match up PSI and all that. Make sure I got similar product. So, I mean, it's very hard to find the same product. I mean, about every 10 years or so you got to redo this. So. This is the old stuff here. Looks like the old one was a Wellex Troll. I guess they're a pretty good brand too. I've seen them out there still. So, but this thing will become a smoker now. Well, here's the final product. This is the new pressure tank installed. This is my well line coming in here, and this is going out to this is 220 going out to the pump out in the ground. So it comes in, hits this at 90 down to a T. This is the supply to the home. I've got a shutoff valve there for obvious reasons. I replaced all of this whole unit here with PVC now, 1 inch PVC to that union there, to a 90 degree onto a female iron pipe fitting to the PVC to this is stainless steel. I've never worked with stainless steel, but here's the union that separates the tank and all this apparatus here. This is a pressure switch right here. You'll notice that I've got a couple 90s. Well, the reason I had to do that is you can see the orientation here would put the pressure switch right up against the tank, and that's no good. So, you know, the pressure's not going to change with a couple 90s in there. So, also at the end of this T, the stainless steel T here, I put a 1 inch ball valve just so you can express the tank, and you won't have to do the drilling of the tank like you saw earlier. These are just a couple plugs here. I kind of fought with them a little bit. They're stainless steel. Even though I tape and doped them, I had to crank down really hard on them to get them to seal up. But no leaks now at all. And this orange line, that's coming from the power supply, the 220, to the pressure switch off to the pump. So, yeah, again, this is the final product here. No leaks. I didn't expect any. And I'll continue with the video here. I just wanted to give you an overview of what actually this is going to look like and how it works. That pressure switch is a necessary thing, obviously, but the pressure gauge down here, they just had a port for it. Rather than plugging it, I went ahead and put one in there. But I've also got a pressure switch up here. And they read the same. What happens with a well bladder like this, you'll have 40 psi, actually a little bit less, maybe 38 psi. It'll kick on the pump and it'll go up to your 60, 62 and stop there. You can see I've got a little tiny, I don't know if you can see it, a little tiny dot right here, and that's supposed to be when the pressure pump or the pressure switch shuts off. And it's a real slick deal. These switches come already pre-adjusted to it. I don't know if you can see the name brand on this or anything. There you go. Hey, thank you. Like and subscribe, and I appreciate you watching this well pressure tank replacement.